Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna show you kind of like the side-by-side comparison for the before and like after the balance changes. So for when we compare the before and after, there will be no items equipped, just like this. And I'm trying to have most of the comparison to be at a max level to kind of have a little bit more of an accurate reading. You know, I'll just put on a game. Well, like I'll just solo queue, have a game running while we look at all the differences and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so for Charizard, the damage for Flamethrower increased by 17%, and the cooldown reduced is 1.5 seconds. So it went from 7 seconds to now 5.5 seconds. That's a really good buff, I think. It's decent, but wait until you see Fire Blast. And yes, next we have Fire Blast. For Fire Blast, it's a whole 3-second reduce for cooldown. That's crazy. I can see myself like using Fire Blast instead of Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz is still good though, for sure. Even though it's still good, but with such a low cooldown for Fire Blast, I would definitely want to try that. And for the damage, just stay the same. Nothing changed for that. And for the final thing that Charizard have changes on, which is Fire Punch, it says that there is effect on the opponent's strengthen, but I'm not sure what it is. The damage stays the same, so I wonder. If you guys know, let me know. All right, let's move on to Talonflame here. First off, it's acrobatic. This is a huge increase in damage. That's like 400 damage. That's a level 5, like an extra 400 damage. That is a 63% increase in damage. That's pretty good. Moving on to Aerial Ace. So I'm not sure why, but they mentioned them separately, like Aerial Ace and Aerial Ace Plus. So I was still trying to see what would be the difference in terms of the increase in damage between the two. Here we got Aerial Ace at level 5. That's a 34% in damage. And for Aerial Ace Plus at level 15 is 20% increase in damage. I would say to look at the statistics at level 15 for a more accurate reading. But if you're comparing between the two same levels, it would be close enough reading, I would say. And lastly here for Talonflame, we have Fly. Now, I know I set that level 15 for a better reading, but this is what I got since I was in a rush. This is a 28% increase in damage for Fly. Let's move on to Venusaur. And yo, Venusaur has pretty good buff actually. First, let's go with Slush Bomb. Slush Bomb has about 53% increase in damage. If you look closely, the poison damage increased from 52 to 77 and it inflict damage for like 10 times. It adds up, you know. Next, Solo Beam. Solo Beam cooldown reduce is so good. This is where it's at like level 7. Before the cooldown, it was like 11 second and now it's 10 second. But when you do upgrade your Solo Beam to Solo Beam Plus, the cooldown is 6 seconds. Like Venusaur is now his actual sniper. Oh my gosh. But I don't play Venusaur that much, so I'm not actually sure. When you get Solar Beam Plus, does it also reduce? I assume it did. For Paddle Dance, it's actually kind of weird. From what I found, cooldown for Paddle Dance doesn't change. So yeah, everything seems to be the same. But when you get Paddle Dance Plus, your cooldown is now 9 seconds. And also, if you look at the damage on the screenshot, that is the before one, and it does more damage than the Paddle Dance up right now. Even though that they said that Paddle Dance is being upgraded. Oh, I forgot about Venusaur Ultimate, or should I say Unite move? It's a huge boost actually for its Ultimate. That's an extra 600 damage. Yeah, there you go. It's a 32% increase in damage. All right, just quickly for Absol here. For Night Slash, 61% increase in damage. And for Sucker Punch, like less than 200 damage extra. Calculate to be 36% increase. I would say that between Psycho Cut and Sucker Punch, I would still use Psycho Cut, but Night Slash and Pursuit, that kind of depends on what you like better. But now that Night Slash got a buff, we might see it being used more in the meta. So now we got Wigglytuff next. Or should I say Wigglybuff, because holy crap, man. This is a huge buff for Wigglytuff because it gets so much more bulkier and harder to deal with. For real though, like look at this. HP with 18% increase. Defense with 169 increase. And a whopping 223% increase for special defense. That's crazy. Apart from that, let's move on now to the damage dealing move Double Slap with an 87% increase. That's pretty huge from what we see so far. Okay, so they said said that the effect for Sing has been strengthened, and guess what I found? It has an increase in duration for Sing, which is a 0.33 second. And now, how did I get that number? Don't worry. I literally go frame by frame when I was editing to calculate it for you guys, so just trust me on this. First of all, I apologize for the missing footage of the before. I try my best to gather information as much as I can, but here's what I have for Eldegoss. Gengar cooldown now lengthened to 2 more seconds. I don't know how much health it restored before, but you get about 444 health back with Gengar now. For Cotton Spore cooldown, it shortened it to about 2.5 seconds, which is nice. I can tell you that defense increased from 200 to 280, special defense from 149 to 208, as you can see here. Keep in mind that these numbers are the after, and overall, this was a buff. When you use the Unite move for Eldegoss, it heals about 2868 health, and note that it was more than before. Alright, now for Cinerase. Oh my god, I play Cinerase and Greninja a lot, so the basic attack stat drops to about 7.8%. That's alright, I guess. For Blaze Kick, which is the better move compared to a Pyro Ball, is now a decrease of 70% in damage. Okay, so moving on to Feint. Feint is like one of the best moves in the game, so it does get a nerf here for its duration. And again, I went frame to frame to calculate this, so the duration is 0.28 seconds less now. I guess it's not too bad. I will still be running Feint over Flame Charge 100%. So I have no idea for Pyro Ball. It's supposed to be a buff in damage, but the damage goes down just a little bit. I'm not sure why, but this is what I got. Maybe I'm not aiming at the target for full damage? I don't know. Like, let me know. Pyro Ball is always cool to use though. It always hit multiple target. Versus Blaze Kit only hit 1 target. Ooh, nice. So now for Gengar. One of the very good unit in the game. First off, it's a Shadow Ball. It's a 37% increase in damage. I think they're trying to get the people to use Shadow Ball more because most of them just choose Sludge Bomb over Shadow Ball. And for Hex, oh my god. Hex, like people run that all the time instead of Dream Eaters. A 17% increase in damage, so I still think when everyone like plays Gengar, it would still choose Hex over Dream Eater. So now I have the Dream Eater, but just a visual effect here comparison. The damage stay the same as they should. I didn't really see any difference or like a buff for the move. Or zero aura here. For this one, I just wanted to show you the visual effect for Spark, see if anything difference. It said there was a bug fix, but I don't see much change. Here we have Wild Charge. There is an increase of 10% in damage, and the cooldown is now 1 second less. For this, I still think Discharge is better, but try it out yourself to see. Alright, so for its Unite move, it's roughly about 300 something damage less, which is like calculated to be 11.8% decrease in damage, so it's definitely a bit of a nerf. It just won't KO some of the unit. Okay, so for the next 2 Pokemon, I would like to apologize for the missing footage again, and I promise that in the next balance changes video, which I will be doing for sure, and I'll try to get it out earlier. I promise. I will have all the footage for you guys, okay? I'll show you right here that I was actually trying to collect the footage. Then the game updated, so I kind of ran out of time and I wasn't able to collect all the footage. Okay, so this one's a bit tough. I'll explain quickly how to get this number. It's just simple math, really. So I got the screenshot for the damage of the move Whirlpool at max level. Like that's a screenshot damage before the changes. I got the attack stat for max level and the level that I'm at right now, which is level 5. I just used the damage of the Whirlpool divided by 286, which is the attack stat, and whatever I get, use it and times it by 158 attack stat for level 5, and that turns out to be 30% decrease in damage for Whirlpool. There you go. For dive, damage you see on screen is the after. The before is down below. That's a screenshot. Same with the other one, and that's a 20% increase in damage. Not including the basic attack after it used dive with a fish that you can launch. Now, Machamp is really good all-rounders actually. It got a nerf and it got a buff. We have cross drop here for Machamp, which is what most people run using Machamp instead of close combat. It is now a negative 28.8% decrease in damage. Let's talk about buff for Machamp. Close combat buff to about 7% increase in damage, roughly 200 something damage. I think a lot of people would still run cross drop. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and find it helpful, please annihilate the like button down below. Hit the subscribe and bell button if you're new to the channel. There will be more Pokemon Unite videos coming up. Be sure to watch out for the next new balance changes. I'll make sure to get this out earlier, and of course with all the footage. I promise you that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, happy gaming.